Everybody, this is the monthly trend scan for the futures market for the month of June. We really have nice opportunities setting up here in US equities, in the asset class US equities, in the metals and in the energies. And in the end, we are going to have a quick look at cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, which looks like breaking out in a big way. Now let's start here with US equities. This is the the S&P futures chart. And you might remember we had a long-term entry signal back here down on the weekly chart. It originally looked like a big stop, right? But we have to put things into perspective. And looking on the monthly chart, well, we can see that actually this was a tight stop entry. And even if you look on the quarterly chart, because we're basically trading a continuation of this very strong trend, we call that an EMA trend. And we talk about the US equities that they're getting into a vertical market. So that basically means that this trend is going to accelerate to the upside and basically getting vertical. So this is a very tight, very low risk entry based on a pattern. This is this was an S1 pattern back here, and then it basically got another signal, an S2, the futures turtle pattern, and this was the entry. Then there was another entry based on the gecko pattern, system 1 on the daily chart. This was the entry. This is where the stop goes, and this by now is break even already. So that's always nice. We're building a pyramid here, right? Scaling in into the same symbol. Now let's have a look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is developing nicely too. Basically all the US equities, even your local US equity is in a bull trend, and we see that here too. It's even more vertical, right? So it's basically front running the other US equities, the Nasdaq. It's going really nice. This is a consolidation. With this consolidation, well, this is the momentum move, right? And we're basically looking for another momentum move of that sort. Just this time it should accelerate to the upside. And we love to trade these markets, but taking patterns on a lower time frame. So this was one of those opportunities. Well, that's a swing trade. You can trade that with ETFs, for example, on Nasdaq. This was an S1 pattern back here. And now we had another entry signal on the 240-minute chart based on an S1 as well here with a stop down there. It looks big. We're looking for these type of big bars, test bars that shakes out the bulls. And basically, here on the daily chart, it doesn't look that big, right? It's another pattern after a pattern, and that's what we love to do. Now let's have a look at the metals, another asset class that is really bullish. Well, all those asset classes are getting into this commodity super cycle that should last well into the 2032-35, so for a good number of more years. So well, you get a sense of it when we look at this chart here. Gold on a quarterly chart. All this is a consolidation, and these big highs, that's what we call, these are stop run levels. And the stop run level, when it gets run over, produces a big bullish move, like big green bars. And again, if this is the consolidation, this is the momentum move that we're looking to duplicate over the next 10 years basically. Now, we already had entry signals back down here. There was an S2, then another S1 here, and well, another S1, and well, we can see down here. This was the entry. This was the risk, and this was the latest one that was on the 240-minute chart. Well, that's break even now. We don't know what's going to happen now. Does it actually produce a stop run move? That should be a big green bar. We didn't get that yet, right? We're just testing the highs here. Well, should it do that? Well, then it should move much higher. Will it do it? I don't know. It's coming back, testing the green line here, testing support. If it breaks lower, well, then we're probably going to see a deeper pullback for now. And then, well, the big move just comes later. We already saw a big move. Let's have a look now at silver. Silver was really very profitable over the last few weeks. So silver, again, we can see here, well, this is an S1 pattern, and this is a test bar. So there's huge potential here. This is a consolidation high. So silver should go well above its consolidation high. It should go towards the 200 level. Well, currently we're at 30. So it basically should tenfold. Now this is a consolidation, right? This is the one here. We talked about that several times. This was an entry signal. This is another one. And then we had, well, whenever the charts move, well, this is a stop run bar, right? Stop run move. It has taken out these stop run levels, and it has taken out that one. It could not take out the last ones yet. So again, when we get big moves, we get the patterns, right? They come up. So this is an S1, this is a stop. And this basically, well, this was not traded on these higher time frame, but it was traded on a 60-minute chart. And I just show you now on a 240-minute. This was the pattern traded, entry and stop. And there was another pattern, both S2 futures patterns, the turtle pattern. This is where it went. And well, I've hedged it partly. And I got an unlucky stop out right here, right? So I would have liked to be in it, because it seems like this is another pattern. It doesn't fit our rules, but of the system. But let's just observe it how it does. It might go higher. Well, it depends a bit on gold. If gold pulls back, well, silver will pull back too. But it looks more bullish here with silver than with gold. Now let's have a look at another one of those big contracts, which is crude oil, right? Gold, the US equities, gold and crude. These are the big contracts, very deep and liquid contracts. Now, crude, again, we're looking here at the higher time frames. Crude has made this big move. We nicely traded this short, and from down here, these are back adjusted charts. The low was at 740, 7.4 the barrel, and it moved now to above 100. Well, these are big moves, right? And we have to look at it and put it into perspective. On a quarterly chart, we can see this is a big move. Right? Well, this was an exhaustion to the downside, and then we get the technical bounce back. The dead cat bounce, and it bounces right into this price resistance, right? So well, it's difficult for this to continue for a long time. Well, this is why we are consolidating. We're consolidating. It actually had spiked here, the 200, which is another stop run lower. So it had spiked it, and now it's basically stuck here at the 200. It's in a range. Even the start of the Middle East war didn't have much of an impact. So we don't expect that crude is doing much from here. This was an S1 pattern, but we have not been in a trend. So you get a lot of those patterns when there's no trend, but it's not a winning system. You really need a trend, right? Well, we're looking for a trend, 2 time frames higher, and it's not yet trending. Let's have a look at the RB contract. That's gasoline. Gasoline is bullish too. We've been waiting quite a bit to get a touch of the 21. Well, this is it, right? This sell-off gives us a touch, and this is an important requirement. It is already trending. This was a pattern down here that was initiated right after the Corona crisis. Panic low. It was March 2020, right? As you might remember, and this is an S2 pattern. And this is the entry signal. If it comes up here and breaks the last dominant high, and this is where the stop goes. So allow it. This could go a long way. Again, we're looking for a measured move of that sort, right? This move is already big, right? So this could bring us this could bring us into this range around the $6 for gasoline. Now let's have a look, a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, well, you can trade the future as well, right? I'm not so much keen on, well, we trade the futures chart on the lower time frames. We can as well swing trade it, and we can immediately see that looks very bullish, right? That looks very bullish. It's just breaking the last important high, stop run move, very important here. It's just breaking the last dominant high. We are not far away from the 100k level. That's a very big psychological number, and this is a multi-bar consolidation. Actually, we are not charting with the futures chart because it's not very liquid. We are charting with the cash, the crypto cash market, and I'm going to make a separate video on that. So you've got the idea. Looks very good with US equities and metals and the cryptos basically.